Hi guys, so today I did a different look. I used some new products, which I'm really excited about. The eyes are very Adele inspired, like her Hello video. She kind of had that dramatic crease, all matte shades, which I'm all for it. I love matte eyeshadows. Used a couple new skin products today. I used the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, which after this tutorial, it's actually kind of growing on me. I really was not fond of it at first. I definitely feel like we're getting along much better. I just kind of have to figure out what works better with it. Which you pretty much have to do for all products, you know. What primer works well with this foundation? I don't like this foundation applied with this brush, but I like it applied with this tool. So definitely, you know, if you have a product and you feel like you don't love it, try mixing it up. There's so many factors that can change the outcome of a product. So please like and subscribe. I appreciate it so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if you want to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. So I'm going to be starting off today with a different product. So I actually don't own in my personal collection a mattifying face primer, and it doesn't make sense because I have oily skin. So I went ahead and got the COVERFX mattifying primer with anti-acne treatment. I got this because I used the COVERFX BB cream with anti-acne treatment, and my skin definitely saw improvement from it. I kind of stopped using it because I felt like it applied better with my fingertips, and I hate applying makeup with my hands. So I'm just going to take a little tiny bit of that and just start in the areas that I get most oily, which would be my T-zone, and then just blend out from there. And then while that's kind of setting in, I'm just going to move right over to brows. Per usual, I'm taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade Taupe. I'm taking that right on my Bedazzle Tools 762 brush. When you are using a pomade, you always want to have something that's a very precise brush. What I mean by that is, if I turn this brush to the side, you can see just how thin it is. So I'm just gonna start by placing the product where I want the most definition. So that, for me, that's like pretty much halfway through the base of my brow. And I'm just gonna add more product to my brush as I go. Instead of starting with a bunch of product, you just wanna use it when you need it. And then I'm just gonna flick for my tail, just that one little swoop. Now I'm going to go up to my arch. And just start to build that. And then with whatever is left over, I'm just going to pull towards the front of the brow. When you get to the front, you want to flick upwards like this. You can even turn your brush, instead of this way, like vertical. That's going to help you get the illusion of real hairs. And now I'm just going to set those with my favorite brow gel in the world, the Anastasia Brow Gel. It's the best, your brows will not move. My brows, if I don't set them with a gel, they will be out of control. You can see how I seriously need to trim my brow hairs like no other. And how I do the brow gel, because I do the most with brow gel, I literally take it out, let it get that glop of brow gel on the end, and literally like put it all over my eyebrow. With other brow gels, I found that they can dry very white, and it just looks like you have gel on your eyebrows, and this, it doesn't. It's completely clear. I was watching my last tutorial and I realized how many times I say obviously. So next I'm going in with another new product, is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. I don't know how I feel about this foundation, guys. I'm really trying to love it because everyone raves about this foundation. The first time I used it, I used a beauty blender to blend it out. I was at work and I just had gone to the bathroom and my makeup looked awful, like dramatically. I was in shock. There was so much breaking up. I was shocked. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't realize that I guess I do kind of like a medium coverage, because once I used this, I was like, oh shit. And I am just buffing this in with a foundation brush. This is the Morphe M439. So in certain areas I am swiping, and in other areas I'm just packing. So next I'm going to take my beauty blender and go in with MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is in the shade NC15. So I'm just going to start placing that right under my eye, like usual, using the entire bottle. Make sure you bring it up all the way into that inner corner and right down the side of the nose. The middle of the eyebrows, down the bridge of the nose, and just on the tip of the nose, like a little wall. Just a little bit of concealer. Then I'm going in with my beauty blender and I'm going to blend all this out. Then I'm going to go in and set everything using MAC Pro's Emphasize Powder. And I'm going to set all of the areas that I place that concealer because I want to keep it light. I'm just going to put that right under where we would contour, because when I go in and set with my all over powder, which I'm probably going to use the Revlon Photo Ready, I want that area to still be light. I don't want my Photo Ready powder to grab onto that area. So Revlon Photo Ready powder, this is the shade light to medium. I'm just gonna set like right where I would normally bronze or contour, because this shade is a little bit darker. I don't know if you can tell on camera, it's just a little bit darker. Okay, yep, I'm gonna use my Real Techniques contour brush, Anastasia Beverly Hills Fawn contour shade. This is my favorite contour shade because it's very cool toned, and that is exactly what you want when you're contouring. You want a cool tone when you're contouring because you're creating the illusion of a shadow, and shadows are usually more gray versus warm. Okay, so I'm going to start at pretty much the top of my ear. You can create like an imaginary line, top of your ear to the to your mouth. I like to bring it in to the arch of my brow, or sometimes even farther back, just because I don't usually want a super severe contour unless I'm going for that drama. So I'm just taking very gentle strokes. You want to be very gentle. You're going to get a better blend. Any time you're doing your makeup, you want to have a light hand. You're just going to have a better blend that way. I'm going to take some right on like the bottom of the ball of my nose. By doing that, you're kind of like eliminating it almost. This is going to help lift my nose right along the sides a little bit. Then I'm just going to pinch my brush to make it a little bit skinnier and go right above the ball. Gives you a sort of button nose effect. I'm also going to take just a little bit of Havana by Anastasia. This is also in the original contour kit. I like to have a little bit more warmth towards my hairline. By the way, guys, I don't know why my nose looks so severe on camera. It does not look that crazy in person. It looks like I actually rubbed my nose in dirt on camera, and I definitely can promise you guys I didn't. And then for cheeks, I'm going to go in with Melba blush. I used this on camera before, but at least it's not my Tarte pinup palette that I use every day. I'm just going to tap that right on the cheeks. To highlight, I'm going to take my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. This is in Luminous Light. is so beautiful. If you have oily skin but you still want to have like a natural glow or something, like this is so beautiful. You can see it's not like your average sparkly, you're drenched highlight. It's definitely more of a lit from within highlight. It's very pricey, but it's so beautiful. So I'm just putting this on the bridge of my nose, same place I always do. Cupid's bow. Tops of the cheekbones. Alright guys, now we're going to go ahead and move into eyes. I'm going to start by priming my eyes, the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I'm just taking that on a little fluffy duo fiber brush. I'm using only one palette for my eyes today, and that would be the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. This is the original one that they came out with. I'm going to take this shade right here. It's just a matte creamy shade, and I am just going to place this all over my eye. It's a good idea to do this just because sometimes you might get a sticky spot or like a part that's going to hold on to your shadow a little bit more. It's definitely going to just create a problem. I'm going to take my Sigma E25 blending brush. I'm just going to go in with this shade right here. So I'm just going to slowly build that in the crease. Placing my brush initially right on the outer part because I want the most product right there, and then we can soften it and blend as we go in. So to get that drama, I'm going in with this brush, and I feel like this is the best brush for this kind of look. This is the Bedellium Tools 783 brush, and as you can see, it really comes to a tapered point. I'm going to take this shade right here and take a little tiny bit of that. Just slowly bringing it right towards the front. Follow the same path to blend up. I'm just going to kind of press my brush upwards. And now I am going to take that same 252, just a shader brush. I'm going to use my MAC Pro Emphasize Powder. I'm just going to press this right underneath the dark brown that we just put on. I'm going to take the other shade, this very dark matte brown, and I'm taking a little tiny bit of that. And I'm going to focus this on the outer part. Alright, next I'm going to go back in E25 shading brush. And I'm taking that same shade from the palette, this one right here. Definitely making sure to be on or above the brown. You don't want to put this lower. So next is liner. Adele has the fiercest liner of all time. I'm going to tightline. I'm using this new gel liner. This is by ColourPop. This is called Swerve. So I'm using my trusty MAC BLACKTRACK FLUIDLINE. This is just a gel liner. I love it because I feel like I can work with it. It doesn't dry so quickly. You can build up on the blackness. I do wish it was a little bit more black, but it's just my favorite. Just getting that on my trusty Sigma E65 liner brush. This is my absolute favorite liner brush. I pretty much can't do liner with any brush except this. Alright, so I'm going to start right in the outer corner of my eye, literally that corner. I'm pushing my eye just barely. Then I'm going to work on connecting it to the center of my eye. A very important thing to remember with eyeliner, you are bringing attention to your lashes, so you need to make sure it is connected to your lashes. You should not be able to see any skin like right above your lashes. It should be black. At this point, I'm just gonna go over and kind of even it out in certain areas. I'm going to take my Sigma E30 pencil brush. I'm going to take that same shade that we've been using from the Chocolate Bar palette, this one right here. And I'm just going to dust this right on the lower lash line. And I'm also going to go in on my waterline. I'm going to take the Tarte Inner Rim Liner. It's just a flesh tone liner for your waterline. Next, we're going to go right into lips. I'm going to be using a ColourPop lip liner today. This is a lippy pencil and it's in the shade Tootsi, just above the lip line. And just kind of shading like the outer corners. I'm gonna be looking fierce for home goods, let me tell you. Alright, so my lipstick I'm using today, I'm gonna use FLESHPOT by MAC. This is a very cool toned nude lipstick. It's so beautiful. I really love this liner and lipstick combination. And I am currently enjoying the foundation as well, which I didn't think I would be. Alright, I'm just gonna pretty much do some final touches, aka add a little bit more blush. God, what's wrong with me? That's the finished look, guys.